Hey, everybody, welcome to Wager Talk TV on a Monday, May 13th. I hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. We're going to preview Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Boston Celtics and Cleveland Cavaliers. Celtics up 2-1. Want to remind you to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. We're bringing the heat with some free analysis in the NBA, MLB, football when it rolls around, soccer, hockey, you name it. We'll have it, probably some Olympics this summer. It's going to be a busy summer. NBA draft lottery went off on Sunday with the Atlanta Hawks, the big winners. So I'm sure we'll have some draft content as well. Again, you're going to want to like and subscribe to all our content here at Wager Talk TV. And again, let's talk Cavs and Celtics. I know we had some trolls in the comment section of my video for Game 3. And so that means that there are a lot of Celtics fans out there that were really happy with the Celtics coming up with a big victory to go on top 2-1 over the Cavaliers. But again, I anticipated Jared Allen being part of the lineup for the Cavs, so they weren't at full strength. And we'll see what the case is on Monday night, because right now Jared Allen is day-to-day, as he has been all of May. It depends on how he wakes up. He did make some progress, obviously, over the weekend, participating in shoot-around for the first time this month. He's been out since the middle of the Orlando Magic series. The Cavs managed to escape by winning every home game. And the Cavs lost their first home game on Saturday night by dropping a decision that it really was done in the beginning of the third quarter, when Boston came out of the locker room, guns blazing, and really dominated, putting that game away. Cleveland made a run late in the third quarter and could have made a stronger push in the fourth quarter, but J.B. Bickerstaff inexplicably decided to play Sam Merrill in key minutes. I don't think he makes that mistake again, since having Merrill out there not making shots and being a liability on defense ultimately cost them. I think you got to go really balls out and play Caris LeVert as often as you can. They've got Dean Wade back now from a knee issue. He worked out some of the rust that had developed and did hit an early three-pointer, missed some key shots there down the stretch, but he was part of their closing lineup. I anticipate him playing more minutes in this Game 4, which is a make or break. And that's why Donovan Mitchell being listed as questionable due to a calf issue really doesn't scare me off Cleveland if that's the direction you want to go in. The number opened at 8.5. It's still 8.5 at DraftKings, but 8 everywhere else. I think Mitchell plays. He's invested too much in this season not to, and really played through knee pain for a lot of March and April before shutting it down for a few. But really, I thought he came back prematurely. He clearly wasn't himself. The Cavs lost a bunch down the stretch to fumble away an opportunity to win the Central Division. And then they kind of tanked there at the end because they wanted no part of the Philadelphia 76ers. Ultimately worked out for them because they advanced past Orlando. But here we are. They're facing the Boston Celtics, which they might have faced in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now they're getting them in the semis, and they face a do-or-die situation for all realistic purposes, because they're not going to win 3 in a row if they go down 3-1. So will we see Jared Allen? Too early to tell. At this point, it's a pain management issue. He hasn't been able to play through the rib, whatever it is, whether it's broken or just a severe contusion. But you figure that if he can give it a go, he will. The Celtics really cleaned up on the offensive boards in Game 3. I thought that was a major issue there. Jason Tatum did a wonderful job in keeping possessions alive. Al Horford was solid. Luke Cornett, who has been an X factor in this series, in that the Boston Celtics have been at their best when he's been good and been a factor protecting the rim and getting them some extra protections to make up for Kristaps Porzingis being out. And then he was a non-factor in their Game 2 loss. A lot of guys were non-factors in that Game 2 loss, which will get us to our free pick here in a moment, because it'll be a player prop. I do want to say I was very disappointed not to see Caris LeVert player props available anywhere. So if you see them, hop on board and hop aboard the high side, because he's clearly feeling more comfortable in this series. He's the only guy that can get Cleveland shots outside of Donovan Mitchell, given that Darius Garland has been a shell of himself in this series, although to the potential optimism for Cavs fans. Garland was much better in that fourth quarter on Saturday against Boston, and could really give the team a boost if he's able to find that earlier in the contest. If he's aggressive, he can get guys involved. He can hit cutters. He can hit some three-pointers, take some pressure off Mitchell, and really give Cleveland an opportunity to steal this game 4, get it back to Boston even, and buy Jared Allen a couple more days to get even healthier. So we'll see if we see Allen. I'm not ready to make a push on the Cavs, even though I really like them in game 3. If I don't see Allen being part of game 4, I think Wade will provide a boost. I think we will see Evan Mobley continue to play well. It's just tough for him to continuously get into a rhythm on offense the way he was able to early in game 2. That made a huge difference. Donovan Mitchell has been absolutely tremendous. And if they don't have him, obviously they have no chance. But what we've seen from Mitchell, again, questionable with a calf strain, he's averaged 31.7 points in the series, scored 33 the other night. He's 34 for 66 from the field, which, given the high volume of shots that he's taken, is amazing. He's the focal point, obviously, of what Boston's trying to do defensively, and yet he is making very difficult shots and hitting three-pointers at a rate that he normally doesn't, even during the regular season. He's 16 for 30 from beyond the arc. Can he continue that? I'm not sure, but no question, he's been the best player in this series. Whether you're a Boston fan or not, you have to admit that he has been the most consistent and the most effective with the least amount of help. So Derek White has been inconsistent. Jaylen Brown has been Boston's most consistent presence. But I think the player that we want to ride tonight is Jrue Holiday. And Holiday was terrible in game 2. And I think he recognized that and came out and was much better in game 3. In game 2, he went for 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists, which just isn't Jrue Holiday. And I understand that he's doing his best on the defensive end, and that's his job at this point, is to make sure that guys like Mitchell and Garland don't get off, helping Jaylen Brown with that perimeter defense, Derek White as well. But Jrue Holiday has to give them more offensively. Today, his PRA is 22.5 after going for 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists in game 3. He went for 14, 6, and 2 in game 2. So in game 1. So for 2 of these games, he's been under 22.5 for games 1 and 2. I think he'll be over 22.5 for the second consecutive night in game 4. And that's going to be our play. Go over Jrue Holiday, 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He took 7 3-pointers in that game 1. And he's been more aggressive in making sure that he makes Cleveland pay for leaving him open. He did some driving to the paint. He's obviously a willing passer. He can get in on the boards. And so long as he's getting in the flow of play, I think we'll see Jrue Holiday be effective on Monday night. Minutes won't be a factor. He's played 36, 35, and a series high 38 on Saturday night. Anticipate him being in the high 30s again tonight. And again, we're going over 22.5. Jrue Holiday points, rebounds, and assists for our free play. I think if Jared Allen plays, Cleveland will be extremely competitive with potentially a chance to steal this game. Thought it was interesting that Max Strus continues to draw interest as a three-point shooter in the prop market. Minus 166 is heavy juice for him to make over 1.5 three-pointers, which Cleveland will need him to do if they're going to be competitive. But he's really struggled in the series in terms of shooting the ball as well as the Cavs would hope that he does. 1 of 5 in game 3, in game 1 from three-point range. If he can find the range and get streaky the way he's capable of, when we've seen it in Miami, we've seen it in the regular season with Cleveland, then again, that's another factor that the Cavaliers would have in their favor to try to pull off this upset. But again, Jrue Holiday is our play. And if you're a Cavs fan, cross your fingers that Jared Allen is going to go. So Holiday over 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Hope you enjoy game 4. Again, like and subscribe and view all our content here on Wager Talk TV from all our handicappers and analysts. For Sports Memo, I'm Tony Mejia. Come join me there and check out all of my picks throughout all major sports. Thanks again. Have a happy week.